our comfortable seated position. We're going to extend the legs out and pull any flesh away from our sit bones. If you are somebody who cannot fold over your legs here, that's fine. You can lean back, bringing your hands behind you, and then slowly start to walk your hands forward until you start to feel that stretching sensation happen in the back of your legs. So first we're going to start with a couple little leg pumps here. So we're going to press through the heels, toes come back towards our face, and then we're switching. Toes point away and the other foot comes up. And then we're switching again. And again. And again. One more time on each side. Okay. And then we're going to pause. Now we're going to let our feet totally relax, and we're going to start taking our chin down towards our chest, rolling the shoulders in, let the arms relax down to your sides, and we're creating a relaxation response here. So you don't need to push your body forward. We're just seeing how relaxed we can get as we are right here. So again, if you're somebody who needs to keep your hands here, you can just tilt the chin in, let the shoulders roll in, and search for that sensation of relaxation. We're going to take 3 more deep breaths here. And then gently roll back up. And now we're going to come up into a stand. So go ahead and make your way up to standing. And we're going to shift our weight so that our toes and our heels are about 50-50 of our weight. So not all of the weight's going back into the heels. We're sending it somewhat into the toes. Reach the arms all the way overhead, get a full stretch here. And then we're going to fold all the way down, shifting that weight a little bit more into the toes, and then let everything drop. So again, this is going to be a spot where we're all going to feel a little bit different, look a little bit different. If you can't fold here, check your knees. If your knees are locked out, I want you to put a little softness into them, a little micro bend, and then continue to fold. And we're not trying to punish our body, we're trying to release and let go of tension. So we're not increasing tension, we're not increasing stress. Another 3 deep breaths here. Again, you're probably not going to look exactly like me, but you do want to feel the sensation moving into the hamstring area. Head is relaxed. Face is relaxed. Now here we're going to engage through the legs a little bit more. I want you to imagine that your feet are really pulling up energy. We're going to drop the hips down a little bit like we're trying to find a seat behind us. Digging in through the heels, we're going to lift the arms as we come up into chair pose. And then straighten all the way up as if we're sending that energy all the way back up into the sky. Hands come to heart center here for a moment, just honoring where we are in our bodies today. This time we're going to try to go a little bit deeper, taking that sensation to about a 8 out of 10. So 10 being super intense, you're a little bit fearful of how deep you're taking it. 8 is you're definitely uncomfortable, but you're feeling like you're putting change into your muscles. So once again, we're going to sweep the arms all the way overhead. And folding down again. You can put softness already in those knees if you're anticipating a lot of resistance. And then once we come down, that's when you start to try to take the bend out of the knees. Shift the weight back into the toes a little bit. Try to get it 50-50 or 70-30, 70 more into the toes and 30 back towards the heels. And drop the head all the way down, no tension in the neck. 3 more deep breaths here into that 8 out of 10. If you'd like to do the big toe bind, grabbing onto your big toe with your peace fingers, hooking the thumb around as well, and then flaring the elbows out. That's only if you have space and your legs are straight. One more deep breath here. Once again, we're going to come up into that chair pose. So first, powering up through the feet, really digging in through, we call them all 4 corners. We're going to make sure the big toes planted, the little toes planted, and the heels are firmly down. Pulling that energy up, sending it back into the hips, all the way up into the arms. Hold 2 deep breaths. And then straightening all the way up. Hands come back to heart center. Take a deep breath here. And now we're going to come back down for a seat. Legs straight out again. This time you're going to pull just the right foot to the inside of the left thigh. If you want to take this a little bit deeper and want to challenge yourself a little bit more, you can take that right foot and place it on top of the left thigh, trying to get the heel right into your hip crease. If this feels bad on the knee or the hip, don't do it. Bring the foot back down again. Flexing through that left heel, we're going to press our right hand down, lean over a little bit, pull our butt cheek. We call them lifting the flesh off the sit bones, but you're actually pulling your butt up and then placing your hip bone back down onto the mat, feeling a little bit more contact with the bone and not so much the muscle. Deep inhale lifts through the chest, and on the exhale we're going to fold over that left leg. Again, we're all going to look a little bit different in this pose, so if your hamstring's not having it, you can stay here and continue to lean until you feel that sensation. We're going to go for about a 7 out of 10 at first. So it's uncomfortable. You're very aware that you're still stretching here. This doesn't feel like something where you could sit and just read a book in. And we're going to take 3 more deep breaths here. See if those exhales can take you just a little bit deeper. And then we're going to start to rise back up, and we're switching sides. So that right leg's going to extend, the left foot pulls in. Now if you want to try the left foot on the thigh here, you can try that. We're not symmetrical. It might work for you on this side. If when you start folding it doesn't feel good anymore, come back up and then readjust your foot and then come back down again. So again, we're going to lean over to that left a little bit, hand comes down, hands are going to grab your butt, and then place the hip bone back down onto the floor, or the butt bone back onto the floor. Flexing through that right heel, deep inhale, lift through the chest. And on the exhale, we're gonna fold ourselves down. Inhale as we pause. Exhale as we release and soften. Now whether that's actually happening physically through your body or if it's just happening in your face and your attitude, both are acceptable. Both are helpful. I don't know if you can catch it on the camera right now, but the cicadas are so loud right now. And then gently start walking your hands back. Good. Now we're going to do both legs again. Legs straight up. flexing through the heels. We're gonna lean over to the left, lift the butt, over to the other side, lift the butt. Inhale, lift through the chest, and exhale, fold. I have a little bit of a light coming off of my watch right now, and my cat sees it, and he thinks it's something to attack. So if you see him running around behind me, that's what he's chasing. He's chasing the light bouncing off of my watch. Deep inhale again, exhale, fold. Again, we're all gonna look different here. We're taking it at our own level. We're going for sensation, not necessarily how we look here. If you are tighter, this might look more like this. Or you might need to keep a little bit of a bend in your knees. If you're a little bit more lax and you have more space, you can go ahead and try to grab the sides of your feet. You can do a big toe bind and grab the toes. Or you can see if you can do a bind on the other side of the feet. We're gonna stay here for another minute. Relax your head down, close your eyes, and I want you to focus on your breath. The inhales bringing in a love and acceptance that's washing through your body. On the exhales, releasing tension and stress and letting ourselves just kind of fall into that love. Good. On the next inhale, open your eyes. Exhale, notice how far you've moved. Inhale, rises you back up. Good. And one final stretch here, just for a little bit. We're gonna spread the legs nice and wide. And notice how that feels on the inside of the thighs and the hamstrings. Hands are gonna come out in front of you, or if they need to be one hand behind you, one hand in front of you. If you're a little bit tighter in this area, you can do that too. If this is your position, you're gonna try to lengthen that up. And if you're able to go further here, you can bring both hands in front and start to walk the hands forward. This one, we're just taking 3 deep breaths in. Inhale is bringing in awareness and love. Exhale, softening. And then we're going to walk the hands back again. You can place the hands behind you as you close your legs up. Some windshield wipers here, so we're just rocking back and forth on the heels. And that is it for our 10-minute yoga class on your hamstrings. I sure hope that helped you. In order for yoga poses to work, in order for yoga classes to work, they need to be repeated. So I highly recommend that you perform this yoga class about 3 times this week and seeing if you notice any difference by the end of that 3rd class. Have a beautiful rest of your day.